Good evening, guys. Tonight I'm going to be doing a review of Joseline's Cabaret episode number 2. I did the first one and you can find that on my channel if you want to watch that. But I'm going to just dive right into the episode. I have my notes. If you see me looking over, I'm just going in chronological order of what happened. We started off right where we finished the last episode, and during Joseline's confessional, we were reminded that Lucky was from the first episode. Lucky is the one that swung on Blueface Barbie and said the "may I" before doing it. And the story of their drama is a little messy. It's a lot of she said, because Blueface is saying this, Lucky's saying that. There's always like two different stories of something, one truth, but with this it's really hard to say because I don't know their backgrounds prior to this. But either way, all I know is that it involves Blueface's man, presumably. But either way, last episode Lucky asked Joseline before swinging on her "may I," and then she did, and then things are continuing to pop off. What I was surprised about is that they were swinging with Joseline in the middle of it, like crossfire. I know when you're fighting, you're not thinking about other things, and that's how people sometimes get injured, but like Joseline is the main and the person of this whole show and your mentor essentially, and you are reckless enough to fight when she's right there or about to accidentally hit her. Because imagine if like you hit her, then what happens? I don't know. It's just like my main thing. But Joseline had to run out in case that could have happened, and they just didn't think twice before laying a finger on the princess. Her man came out to check up on her, which was needed because, like, yeah, if something happened, I can only imagine what would go off. But for whatever reason, the other girls in the house got involved in the mix, and I was confused about who was fighting because the way the camera work was, I think the camera just didn't know where or what to record because it was fighting here, bodyguards holding someone there, someone yelling, a tit coming out. It was just a lot. Like, it was a lot of fighting. I said, whoa, we are allegedly only 24 hours until like the real show, if that makes sense. But allegedly this is the second episode, so I'm just like, wow, like this is a lot. The only girl that was able to truly make out was Big Lex, because we know of her intro the last episode. She was the one that made the double homicide comment, and it's still kind of lingering in this episode as well too. Boss Tech started to pop off. I don't really know why, maybe just because Big Lex was in her face. Like, not pop, when I say pop off, I mean pop off like saying things, because it seemed like there was an argument going off. Big Lex started to swing on her, and all I know is that Big Lex managed to snatch a piece of her front hole, stuck it in her underwear, and started to hump there a little bit gyrating. I said, girl, come on, Big Lex, you're a big character. I feel like, if anything, she's probably one of the main ones I'll be remembered after the show, considering on how eliminations I think works on here. But she has made a name for herself, and she's just very well known because she's like pretty much the only one I really remember genuinely, due to just things she's done on the show already. But I was just surprised that they have enough bodyguards to hold off everyone, because there's a lot going on. But when that humping, gyrating with the frontal and the underwear thing happened, I screamed at Joseline's face, because she referred to the whole situation as ghetto. Rightfully so, because again, it was just a lot of chaos and no one really knows each other. Like, how is there groups and gangs and cliques and stuff when they probably only know each other for a little bit, like not even a whole night, because they haven't slept yet. Joseline pulled Blueface Barbie after everything aside, and Blueface kneeled for some reason. I don't know why. And I was like, would she have done that if she knew that Joseline said that she deserved the ass whooping from Lucky? Probably not, because, you know, there's the confessionals happening in there, and Joseline's just kind of talking about that Lucky, if anything, is she's on her side, and Blueface is just like, yeah, I'm friends with her outside of this, but like, she deserved it. And that's kind of what she said repeatedly throughout the episode. Joseline, after all this, went to go check up on Boss Tech. If you remember, she's the one that had her frontal ripped out by Big Lex. And Boss Tech is telling her that she's ready to go home. I don't blame her. I didn't expect for that to happen the way it did. And also, no one comes to a show, I guess, essentially for their career to get your hair pulled out to get in a fight. But I guess maybe the show maybe has that stigma already, because it just seems like they just fight a lot. It just started and they're already fighting a lot. But still, like, you came for money and to what not to get in this mishap. Joseline gave her a pep talk and advice and was able to convince her to stay. The next day, some of the girls went outside to chill by the pool and kiki a little bit. And after some self-reflecting, Big Lex admitted that she wants to apologize to Aqua about the double homicide comment. She said that she's all about pro-choice, despite, you know, what was said. And we'll see how the apology goes. No spoiler, it didn't happen, at least on camera from what I've seen so far. But who's to say that she'll accept it? One thing's apologizing, and another thing trying to accept something like that was said. Next, we see Joseline and her man Ballistic catching up, and they're just really talking down on Blueface again in comparison to Lucky. It just shows that, I don't want to say favoritism, but it just seems like she's really team Lucky at this moment. So it's just kind of like anything that happens between the two of them, I feel like Blueface will be here. and Lucky will be up here, if that makes sense. And also, Lucky was on the last season, so that kind of is her leverage. There's also a second girl who's from the last season. I still don't really remember who she is because we don't talk about her too much to that level, but we'll see. If there is teams, it is Team Lucky at this point through Joseline's eyes. But Ballistic relayed the message that I said earlier. One thing is that they want to fight each other, but another thing is Joseline being caught in the middle. And like, what would happen if they hit her? Just stuff to think about. Some of the ladies meet up to take shots and talk shit. There's a little bar section of the house, and I'm still learning some of their names, but it was Chanel, Aqua, Boss Tech, and Barbie. Boss Tech gives them the rundown that Joseline was able to talk her down and like tell her that she needs to stay, but she still doesn't really understand why Big Lex felt the need to put hands on her and fight her. Blueface Barbie had to chime in herself about Lucky and say that she's ready for round 2, ready to pop off again, because, you know, essentially Lucky had the upper hand because Lucky was swinging on her first. So now Blueface says she wants to come back and have redemption, essentially. We see Yummy and Natural chilling, rehashing the fight between Blueface and Lucky. And the way that everyone keeps talking about Lucky, they're making it seem like her personality was portrayed differently last season. They're making it seem like she was more timid and let people walk over her and like was just more shy. Again, this is just what I'm gathering from the confessionals. I don't have any prejudgments about her, but I'm just kind of trying to gather like what she was or what she seemed like last season. But that's what they're making it seem like. And they were more shocked to see her fighting and instigating a fight versus how she was the previous season. Joseline FaceTimed Lucky and told her that she needed to talk to her and asked her to come upstairs. And Joseline referred to Lucky as her bitch. Like, she my bitch. But even though Lucky was the one who said, may I had swung first. So again, like, I don't know if it's just the way she went about it, or is it because she was standing her ground? It's just like, she's just like, I'm on your side, if anything. She's not saying it verbally to her, but you can just tell from the way she's acting with her. Even later, when they're doing a little dance. Joseline asked Lucky to be the bottom bitch. Again, if someone watches it this far, let me know if it's bottom bitch, or like, what's the term? Because I'm still kind of like, understand it. They keep saying it. I'm like, I don't know what that means. But she said she's that because she took initiative to not get bullied and controlling herself. And it was boss bitch shit, I said. Okay. And she also says she appreciates a girl who can fight and stand up for herself. Joseline asked her to go and tell everyone to get ready for the first night of the cabaret, meaning like the performance or just practicing for it on the pole. And Miss Lucky is the captain. And I just know things are going to pop off because not everyone's on each other's side. There's cliques, there's friend groups, there's just things like that, especially the Blueface thing. So whoever's friends with Blueface will probably have some type of way about it, as well as Blueface as well too. The thing is, Lucky went and told Sapphire about all of it, and she's like, okay, we're friends, we're cool, I appreciate that, I'm happy for you. But she's like, I need you to tell Blueface because I don't want to go talk to her because, you know, we're probably going to fight again. Like, I'll tell everyone else, but you go tell her. So she did go through everyone's little rooms after she got ready. She put her makeup on, she put her outfit on, and told everyone individually, aside from Blueface. Sapphire went and told Blueface, and the 2 girls that were in the room at that time, I don't remember their names, and they were just like, oh, like, why is she saying it? Why is she telling me? Why is it this? When did she become the bottom bitch? I thought it was me. I'm the number one. Like, just receiving it, whatever. But still, everyone still has to get ready and go downstairs. Let's see where it goes after this. So that goes on. And then Joseline did her dance on her man. It literally told me I need to learn how to pole dance and get some upper body strength because, man, I was just like, oh. Joseline's that bitch. As we know, it's her show. She's the one who's teaching them. Everyone idolizes this woman. Like, it was just like, okay. And this, her man, his eyes are not straight from her. Not saying that there was anyone else in the room to be looking at, but yeah, just rightfully so. She is the princess, queen, all the things above. And after that, as she's doing it, or I guess maybe in the midst of that, the girls are getting ready, dressed up, and showed up in the room where Joseline did her little dance. It's just the same area because the pole's in there with the music set up. And her man's in there. Also, I think he's playing play or pressing play for the music each time everyone does it. So kind of just there because he did say he's just there to observe for the rest of the season. But when the girl showed up, Joseline noticed that Boss Tech was gone and was talking down the fact that like she wasn't there and she wasn't ready, and that like she needed to get her hair done beforehand because, you know, Boss Tech's the one who got her frontal pulled out. So of course she's not going to feel herself. She's not going to feel like up to par. Like she's not mentally there. Like that was a traumatizing experience essentially. Like you just got here and that already happened. Like your hair is fresh and then someone ruins it. So I don't really know what time window she could have had to go get that fixed. But Joseline was just like, yeah, she had time and she's going to miss out on the first night. I'm like, I feel like it's valid because again, she didn't ask for that to happen to her. But regardless, Joseline mentioned that Lucky was going to be the bottom bitch. Of course, Blueface Barbie didn't take it well. It was talking down on the side about how she's never been number 2 and she don't like it. And I'm like, okay, so let's just see how the dances go. I kind of took notes on some of them. Some of them stood out a little bit more than others. Yummy took initiative, was the first one on the poll, and she's my favorite. I thought she was my favorite the last episode. I don't know why, she's just cute. Joseline said it was cool and all, but her response showed that she wasn't fully impressed. Lucky went next, and Joseline gassed her up as expected. Natural went third, and Sis is flexible as hell. Joseline said that it was fucking awesome. Blueface Barbie walked up next. I didn't know this, but she doesn't dance, or she's not a stripper, she's not a dancer stripper, so she was kind of just like, yeah, like, I'm here, you know I can't do this stuff, but she also started to talk shit about the whole situation. She started to take her shoes off, and Joseline's like, girl, why are you taking your shoes off? If you're taking your shoes off, you're gonna fight. If you're gonna fight, I'm gonna fight. The whole house is gonna fight. I'm like, just do your dance. This is what you guys came here for. Like, I don't think fighting is the way that you get a blue check on Instagram and popping out. But it's just do your thing. Everyone else before you who's done it and after her danced, but she had to try and do that and had to sit down and have Joseline tell her this too. She's like, okay, never mind. I'm just gonna go over there and just stand, because again, I guess she can't dance, but she's on a show where the cabaret is a show where they have to dance. So I'm confused on that, confusing this on her, not so much the show. It's like, why did you come up on here for though? But everyone also that too. But in Joseline's confessional, she said Barbie was stalling because she can't dance. And I just said, okay. Lucky stepped down after her, ready, and Joseline was like, if y'all are gonna fight. Oh yeah, sorry, that happened too. When she took off her shoes, Blueface, Lucky was taking off her, like, walking to the front, if that makes sense. Like, okay, I see a bitch is taking her shoes off, so that means things about to pop off. I'm gonna get ready. If she's gonna get ready, I'm gonna get ready. So she kind of slowly made her way to the front of the group, but nothing ended up happening. And then Lexi went after that, and she was the first / only one at the time to dance on Joseline. The order after kind of doesn't really matter, but it went Big Lex, Sapphire, Aqua, and Chanel. The main standout is that Aqua took her outfit off. She's the one who had the double abortion, just so you can remember, and put her bare, you know, pelvis in Joseline's face. And I was like, oh, okay. And Joseline, of course, had to have a commentary. She's like, sis, she's got an abortion. I hope you don't got a blood clot in my face. It was just very, okay, we're making shots right here. Whereas Chanel slipped, and Joseline called her out, but I was like, yeah, girl, I saw you slip. And then also in her confessional said that Chanel has a beer gut, and clearly, as she said, like, she's like, clearly she drinks a lot. I said, okay, not everyone's gonna be skinny, not everyone has lipo money or this money. I mean, that's just my comment on it so far, but I'm not gonna shame her for her body. Last, we expect Barbie to attempt to dance because she was the only one in the group who didn't, and instead she took off her shoes and started to swing. And I said, no one was saying anything right now. Everyone did their dance. You didn't do it, and everyone knows, apparently, or that's what they said. They know that she can't dance, and she chose to do that. Girl, come on now. But that's the end of the episode. I also noticed, I just want to put this into the full review. When the fights were happening in the beginning and Big Lex ripped off the frontal from Boss Tech, I wanted to note this. She was fighting in a tank top and underwear when this was happening, although everyone else was like dressed to the nines. So I guess everyone was kind of referencing that Big Lex had enough time to run upstairs to get ready to come back downstairs in her sneakers to fight randomly. And again, Boss Tech still doesn't know why she fought her. So it's like, how did you have time to go get your scarf on, you undressed and everything to prepare for that one? Like, there was nothing going on, but that's it. So let me know what you think of this review and see you in the next one. This season just seems very interesting. It's going to keep being crazy, but see y'all next time. Bye!